lane farmers are extremely mobile, but man, we have a rampage in the game, which is something we have not seen, I feel like, in this cycle at all yet. But we know that they love to run it.
This is an Asaf hero through and
Is
through.
it?
This is for me, this hero screams Asaf. This guy just goes in balls deep. He doesn't care, and he usually gets out of it too somehow. Like, it's just, to me, that's just an Asaf hero the way I know this guy's play. The one thing I noticed on Hellborn is that they have 3 melee heroes against big team fight ultis on the Legion side. The Wormhole, the Hag ulti, and then on top of that there's the Bensington ulti. And that might be suffer because they're all going to be in the midst of it more or less. And
yeah, this is a bit of a flex draft right now, especially with the Rampage and Cersei picks. Cersei, obviously a strong hero in certain situations. You kind of think of her as a strong counter pick to something like Sandwraith, right? Or even maybe stealing like a massive team fight ulti like a Tempest somehow. None of those heroes on the Hellborn side really scream like, I got to take him over with Cersei, but they decide to run it anyway, and I feel like it's because of the way that it might synergize with the Rampage illusions. I actually kind of want to see, because I believe the slow passive, the Horn Strike, actually works on illusions. So there might be a little bit of ideal synergy there, slowing people with Rampage illusions. I don't know. But obviously she has a very, very strong immobilize as well, which is going to be pretty key in countering rally compels in the laning phase. So and the joust attempt is here on rally, and it's going to miss. It's actually a dual lane mid, right? Glacius, and didn't really go over the laning situation as it was. We have a tri-lane versus a dual lane here in the bot lane, and a dual lane versus Wretched Hag in the mid lane. Obviously, Rampage versus Drunken Master in the top lane. So pretty interesting lane mismatches here. And when you talk about the way that we expected Daunova Brigada to try and win multiple lanes here, to try and get a solid foothold here in game 2, the dual lane mid is something that you might expect, right? To try and win over the enemy mid, pretty handily. But sending your dual lane against a tri-lane is actually something that is not, it doesn't feel like it's on the path to winning an additional lane. However, Rally and Engineer are doing pretty good here against the bot lane, the bot tri-lane of Legion. Now, that might be because Riftwalker and Cersei are kind of weak here in the early stages. But Engineer, hold that thought, has to take a compel from Rally to get out of there, but takes a lot of damage in the meantime.
I think they're sacrificing Engineer and Rally for the sake of the Monkey and the Drunken, because Drunken usually does pretty good in this 1v1 melee lane. He doesn't really struggle that much, and then they're like, whatever. Worst case, Engie can also rotate, and then it's a tri-lane versus a Rally, and that's not worth it for the Legion side at all. And then they can force some rotations out. And yeah, I think the Rally is similar to Lodestone. Obviously not as strong in the same way, but he can also thrive on just getting some levels. But
yeah, they are going to have a level advantage if they can kind of keep themselves present.
Everything is being denied though. Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there is a compel here on Riftwalker, but Rally is now getting immobilized inside of that Rift Burn, taking a lot of damage, and the Lance Along is going to be the killing blow. And Engineer forced to back away as well, under threat of getting stun comboed. So the kill is going to come out on Rally. The Bloodlust comes for Bensington, who's at 440 GPM. Yes.
I don't think that their goal here is to go on the Legion team on this bottom lane. I think they need to wait for them to go on them and then do the turn kills.
I was a little bit surprised that Rally decided to jump forward, but had to be because Wretched Hag getting comboed down by Monkey King Glacius. Very, very well done. So finding a very important kill on the Wretched Hag. Definitely securing the victory in this mid lane, probably, I would say. But yeah, I was a little bit surprised to see that aggressive compel onto, I think it was the Riftwalker, right?
Yeah,
it had to be because they had the illusion rune, but it just wasn't enough.
And they haven't brought any wards to block any camps either on this bottom lane for Hellborn, which is allowing Legion to just pull, and then they don't have any struggles with XP anymore. Because they're, as you said, they're supposed to be getting more XP on the Hellborn side, but when they just keep pulling, as well as Benzi just denying everything as 14 denies.
Well, yeah, and look what he just picked up. He just picked up a pair of Ghost Marchers. 4 minutes into the laning phase. Wretched Hag actually getting gone on by Monkey King. Another last yeah, and traded to kill here. Rally dies again to Bensington. And this is an extremely dangerous lane for them to remain in at this point, as they have the Joust connects onto Engineer. Here comes the Cersei immobilized into the Riftburn. He's dead. Rally trying to see if he can make something happen, maybe connect a Compel onto Cersei, but there's just too many here. Rampage and Drunken going toe-to-toe here in the top lane. Rampage committing pretty heavily, but Drunken Master going to be just fine, and could come down to level 6s here in the top lane. Rampage, yeah, Rampage is closer. Drunken Master actually putting down the full force, gets the last hit. Very, very nicely timed kill for Janko on Drunken Master. Very important for him to get that, as we saw that Rampage was just, like one creep kill away from level 6. And it could have spelt doom for Drunken Master, who now has his level 6, but kind of want to talk about, like, in general, Rampage actually seems to feel pretty good against Drunken Master. Maybe not in the lane phase, but in the later stages, right? The chains that bind ability, fantastic to be able to lock down a hero like Drunken Master, especially the Monkey King as well. Can't be saved by Compel or anything like that, so I feel like Rampage is going to be very effective here.
Hag is forced to jungle, look at her. Poor soul. So at least that's one hero shut down completely. Or as much as they can at this point, which is pretty good for this Hellborn side, as Drunken also now showed his presence in this top lane. And now it's only this bottom lane that they need to worry about. Who's going already?
Yep, Rally's going to connect a Compel onto Cersei, and Cersei is actually going to get... She's going to manage to run away. Rally is actually going to fall to the Bennington auto attack as well, and Glacius trying to put some damage onto Bennington. He's too fast. He was able to sidestep that keg, and now the stun comes down onto Engineer. So Wretched Hag making an appearance in the bottom lane, as she cannot get anything down in the mid lane. So well done from Fall on Hag, recognizing that he needs to rotate, trying to get something started, and manages to find 3 kills at the price of, I guess that was just a Cersei death.
And then dude dies to neutrals because
of course.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always like for a reason. It's not like he's casually just randomly dying.
Yeah, it's not like he
reason.
AFK'd at a creep camp.
No, but it's just funny that it has to happen every time.
He just, I think What You Got has said it best. He's basically the only hero that does, or only player that does that consistently. And it's kind of interesting to see that fact.
I mean, it can be useful sometimes too, like it's because it doesn't matter if he dies, right? The point is that he comes back with full mana and HP, and then he can do stuff. So now he can help this Hag try to get her level 6, so she can be a little bit more useful to her team. And these camps are hard to clean for her alone. She's gonna get a level 6 on these though. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, does manage to find that level 6, and is going to be able to clean up a few more kills and make some progress towards level 7 even, which will be nice to have for her.
Monkey is sitting on the same farm as the Benzi, which is obviously the other way around. The Benzi is in the Tri lane sitting on the same farm as a mid laner.
Engineer gets gone on by Cersei in the Riftburn. The Joust helps finish her off, and Rally puts the Compel onto Bensington. Here's Monkey King putting the full force of the combo down on Bensington, so Monkey King slowing down Bensington, but he is getting charged by Rampage, who's coming into the fight in 3, 2, 1, and is not able to get the chains that bind onto Monkey King. He's trying so hard to get them off, but gets interrupted by Glacius and Rally ends up falling to Cersei, who now is level 6 as well. So we'll see exactly
who's she aiming to take over in this game?
It's a good question. Maybe Engineer, maybe Glacius. I mean, those are the obvious teamfight ultis. And you know, at these early levels of Cersei, since the damage is nerfed from whoever you take over, I think you're mostly taking over people for utility's sake.
Yeah.
So
Hag's trying to get her way back into the game. She has a free mid lane now, as Monkey is farming in the jungle. She's happy about that.
yeah,
And now there's a full tri-lane in this bottom lane. Glacius is rotated to help out, which is... They need more help than that, I think. Because they're still behind, right? If they do make a go, as they're doing right now.
Rally gets caught in that Rift Burn. But it's actually Bensington who's in trouble. And one more auto attack ought to do, but he's not able to get finished off by Glacius and Engineer. And Wretched Hag is here as well. Gonna blink forward and put the hurt onto Engineer, who gets sniped out by Cersei's auto attack. But in the meantime, Monkey King and Drunken Master find a very nice kill on Rampage in the top lane, who is now 0-3. So it looks like Daunova is actually having has the advantage here in game 2. Obviously, their Bensington is doing pretty well on the side of Doghouse, but really Daunova just is having a fantastic game on their Drunken Master and their Monkey King, which is exactly what they want. And the Nightfall is going to come and trap Glacius between 4 heroes. They are going to be able to bottle this haste rune on Wretched Hag. And Engineer needs to be very careful. Might run into Sir Bensington. Keg stun is going to miss.
Yeah, Daunova has a much better chance now, obviously, because they've won these 2 lanes and they have these 2 strong heroes, the Monkey and the Drunken. Oh, Monkey!
Yeah, Monkey is getting pursued here by Rampage. Rampage still looking to try and use that ulti somehow. But it's not going to happen yet. Rally, trying to see if he can get enough XP for his level 6. Rally goes in on Bensington, trying to put the hurt on him, but Bensington's going to be able to walk away. Riftburn is going to help take down Rally. Wretched Hag and a Bat Blast delete. Engineer, and now Drunken Master is here as well, but he's just too mobile. They're not going to be able to finish him off, but 2 quick kills for Doghouse in the bottom lane. This game's looking very even.
They need to bring in the Monkey or the Drunken Master to do anything in this bottom lane, which I think it looks like. And top lane, they're going for this rally.
Yeah, Rampage is going to get caught here by Monkey King and Glacius. And Glacius holding his ice imprisonment until the Stampede was used, as he tried to use it to escape. So well done by Novi Pirate holding that spell as he anticipated the method of escape that Rampage would try to employ.
He was being patient. Oh, bottom.
Rally Compel is going to connect on a Wretched Hag, but he's going to be able to blink away in time. And so Rally gets finished off by that Psychic Scream. And then they get no return on the side of Daunova. Bensington looking like he's going to connect a Joust onto Engineer. Engineer is trying to juke and jive. The Wormhole is going to miss, but the Joust is going to connect, and there's the Lance Along. Dude gets the kill credit. And Drunken Master, very in deep, but he's level 10, quite tanky, and Monkey King is here as well. Just going to put a quick combo and finish off Bensington. And Monkey King has a Sustainer in his inventory, so it looks like he's going to be going for probably a Nullstone this game, as it's probably one of the best items to have in your inventory when you're playing against the frustrating Rampage. But Wretched Hag putting a combo, or putting a haunt onto Monkey King, but Monkey King actually going forward for Wretched Hag, but Wretched Hag trying to do her best to dodge. She actually jumps into the river, and Monkey King is being charged, so Bensington is not going to be able to connect a stun, but Rally is actually able to cancel that charge by compelling Rampage, so well done by Coco. I believe that's Sunk Bob to try and save his Monkey King. Very heads-up play there.
That was super important right there. The fact that the Monkey lives is so important right now for this Hellborn team. It's super important. They need to keep their snowballing heroes going.
Yeah.
I think Drunken got out too, right? Yeah. There's no deaths on these important heroes.
Bensington taking a full stun combo, going to fall very quickly. And Drunken Master, he wants more. But he's actually going to step back. And, you know, Legion's actually having a great game on their supports. I mean, look at the supports, their scores. 3-1-12. for Riftwalker, 2-1 and 10 for Cersei. It's actually amazing. Their cores are kind of suffering a little bit, and there's mass ports coming here in the bottom lane, but yeah, I mean, Cersei and Riftwalker just having a really, really good game. Joustone is going to connect on a rally. The Glacial Downpour gets the full channel off here. Here comes the double wormhole onto Glacius and a rally, and they both get deleted by Riftwalker's combo. Excellent stuff. Wretched Hag puts the finishing touches on Engineer in the meantime. And it's a 3-for-1 kill exchange for Doghouse in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Bottom lane is where it's at, as Rampage is trying to get some pressure on this top tower, but Drunken is not gonna let him.
Right. Drunken Master. Level 11 now. What items does Drunken Master go for? He's got a Ring of the Teacher in his inventory. Is that going to turn into a Lex Talionis? Maybe even... I almost wonder if he's going to turn that into a Gnome's Wisdom, perhaps. Synergize with his cute little Sackstone there. He does have the Mystic Vestments now. I feel like this is going to be a Gnome's Wisdom. But in the bottom lane, this tier 1 tower is also very, very low. So might see some grouping up here. And actually, Rampage going to connect the charge and the ulti onto Rally. Rally dead to rights, just getting dragged out of position. Also finding... I think that's the first ulti usage that we've seen from Rampage this game. It's a full Shaman's Headdress on Drunken Master, and honestly, who can blame him? There's a lot of magic damage on the side of the Legion. And Monkey King actually finishes, completes a full Nullstone here. So having a fantastic start. Drunken and Monkey just, you know, neither of them have died.
I'm a little bit confused to why they keep going into this bottom lane on the Hellborn side. Because like Rally and NG just keeps going in to essentially die. They have 16 deaths between them, which is almost all of the kills that Legion has. Like, just... I mean, they're making space for their Drunken and their Monkey, but to an extent, right? Top lane?
Yeah, I see this at the top river. Drunken Master is going pretty hard on Rampage, but Bensington's here with the Nightfall. They're actually both running away. There's a charge coming down in the bottom lane. Who's it going to be on? It's on Rally. We'll see if anything comes from it. It looks like Rampage decides to use it as an evasive measure. Wretched Hag gonna get gone on by Drunken Master here. The 3-point strike is gonna connect immediately. She blinks away. And nothing else happens, but yeah, I mean, it really feels like their tactic there in the bottom lane was just space creation, as they knew how farmed the Monkey King was, especially. There's a charge on Rally here in the bottom lane. Rampage gonna be able to connect. The charge stun, the Bat Blast comes out onto Rally. Rally trying to put down the Seismic Slam, but here's the wormhole. It's gonna connect onto Monkey King and Rally. Rally are gonna die. It's a hat trick for Dude on Riftwalker. The 8, 2, and 12 support Riftwalker just doing work here. Gosh. I mean, level 8 Riftwalker just dealing this much damage. Look at the hero damage charts, by the way, if you can, and just look at the support Riftwalker leading the game at the moment.
Well,
right?
That is how it is usually early game, but then again, if you look at the other side, Glacius and NG has nothing compared to it. So yeah, it's oof.
I mean, it's just surprising because he's the lowest level, but he has the most kill participations on his team in the game, so pretty wild stuff.
This NG and Rally just cannot get out of this bottom lane, it seems. They just keep going. They have the ulti now on Rally. If they can get this onto the Benzi, then maybe. Yeah,
Bensington is getting surrounded here, but he's pretty tanky. He's got 1,000 HP, but you're right. These are pretty low levels on Rally. Glacius, while I'm speaking, ends up falling. Bensington just... What's he planning on doing here? He's actually going to be able to juke the stun from Engineer, and now looks like he's committing to killing the Engineer. Does take the Seismic Slam Compel combo and actually taunting Rally there, falling asleep. Just baiting him as Wretched Hag is now here, but Monkey King is here to put the finishing job onto Bensington. It's Rally that's actually going to end up dying, and you know, it's just this is what we're talking about, right? Where Wretched Hag was just having a tough time early on in the game, and now look, suddenly he's 400 GPM. Monkey King going real hard here on Riftwalker. Riftwalker with a almost landing that wormhole, but Glacius is here to put the finishing touches onto Riftwalker perhaps, but it's evasive maneuvers coming out from Monkey King, and Drunken Master actually putting a lot of damage out here on Rampage. The Glacial Downpour was coming out for just a moment. The Nightfall is here. Glacius, but it's Bensington surrounded by 4 heroes. He is going to end up falling. Things are really starting to come together here for Daunova Brigada. It's maybe just overextensions coming out on the side of Doghouse at the moment, but we know that they
coming
can
in with the double damage as well is also.
I'm glad you caught that double damage. I didn't see it. Certainly should have been able to hear it, right?
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I heard it. Oh no, Rally.
You're dead.
Rally getting gone up by Cersei, or actually trying to go on Cersei. Yeah, rather. My mistake, but isn't able to finish her off as he's only level 7.
And just by that fight, the damage is now turned to Drunken having the most.
Right.
It's this game could go both ways.
It really could, because just because of the way that Drunken Master and Monkey King are both having a fantastic time here, and actually they might be able to put the hurting here onto Wretched Hag, who actually gets caught out, does manage to blink away from Drunken Master, but Drunken Master and Monkey King are both so mobile. Her blink is going to be up. She's going to be safe and sound at the moment. Glacius, in the meantime, gets picked off in the Hellborn jungle. And Bensington and Cersei, I mean, Engineer and Rally are down here, but kind of like what you said earlier, I don't really know what they're doing down here. They can't, they're so low level, it just feels like they're not able to actually do anything without
they're moving out.
Yeah, assistance from their team as they're starting to rotate towards the mid lane. They need additional team support, but Rally is going in immediately right now and actually takes a stun combo from Rampage, and here comes the wormhole. It's going to connect onto nobody, and Monkey King is here. He finishes off Riftwalker, and now Rampage puts the chains that bind onto Monkey King. Monkey King gets haunted by Wretched Hag, and it's kill for kill there. Portal key, by the way, on Riftwalker. Drunken Master trying to go on Rampage, just kind of trapped in the trees here. Nightfall is not going to connect onto Monkey King, but here comes the Rampage. He is going to catch the Monkey King, and the Bat Blast will put the finishing touches. And right now, are you kidding me? 9-0 Wretched Hag? I mean, he's 9-2, but he's on a 9-0 streak. I just noticed this.
Yeah. He found a way back into this game, and he found it hard.
Yeah, he goes very aggressively, gets thwarted by Glacius, but Rally is actually in a lot of trouble from the Bensington. They are going to pursue the Glacius as well, and it is a bloodbath, Wretched Hag. Are you kidding me? After getting dual lane, now Fall is on this streak. And really the story of the game here, in spite of the fact that Monkey King, to me, right, in spite of the fact that Monkey King and Drunken Master have these fantastic starts and they're so beefy, their supporting cast just seems to have nothing, right? They're just sitting ducks, right? And so you have, right, these quick kill combos that can come out from Wretched Hag and Bensington and maybe even the Rampage that just annihilate these squishy supports on. I mean, never mind the fact that if they get caught in a Riftwalker combo, they are just certainly going to die as well.
Speaking of Riftwalker, what's she doing?
Yeah, I mean, dude just doing dude things where he just hangs out in one spot for a little bit, very cheekily positioned.
He has a ward too. He hasn't placed it to like spot someone. Like if he wanted to place a ward there so that a Rally could charge someone, I would get that. But right now,
they get caught by Drunken Master. Takes the 3-point strike. Rally is here for the Seismic Slam. Rampage is going to end up dying. The Cersei actually has a portal key, by the way. Didn't notice when she picked it up, but she did.
She just did. Like 2 minutes ago, I saw it. Okay. So it hasn't been there that long, and it's pretty nice to be able to land her entrapment.
Right.
Sorry.
Or just get a key ulti as well. But
yeah,
there's
by all means.
finished Barrier Idol on Drunken Master as well as a completed Portal Key. Riftwalker gonna get caught out here by Drunken Master. Almost certainly no escape here.
That was inevitable.
Yeah, he got spotted by that ward that he wasn't
He had
aware
no
of.
TP, no nothing. It's just chilling.
But the supporting cast looking very healthy here on the side of Doghouse, and of course their cores. Both Wretched Hag and Bensington are above 400 GPM rather, and Rally gonna get deleted by that Bat Blast, and the Nightfall trying to connect it onto Monkey King, who's very fast, but it is gonna connect that Joust, and Monkey King has the Nullstone to cancel that haunt. But the taunt, or the charge from Rampage is here, but it gets canceled by the Wanjin Slam, but they're still pressing forward. The haunt, this haunt is going to connect into that Joust, and Monkey King is going to get picked off, so
Allow me to retort.
Monkey King getting shut down a little bit as they are likely going to take this top tier 1 tower as well.
No TP's ready either. Like, if Hellborn TP'd up there and helped out this monkey, that could have been something for them.
Right.
But he did take out these top towers. Like, you said that the supports on Hellborn are struggling, but the fact that the cores now are taking out towers is very important for that supporting cast, so they get some money, because... Oof.
Oh, Rally getting charged here by Rampage. Bensington is here in Joust range. He's actually not going to be able to connect that Joust, and Rampage will cancel the charge, but gets portal keyed on by Glacius, so Glacius making a pretty big entrance, like you were saying, getting a little bit of value from those the tower kills, but unfortunately that kill just gets sniped out by the neutrals.
I didn't even see.
Sad stuff, but yeah, there's a portal key on this Glacius now, so that's kind of a saving grace, a little bit.
Help them catch people at least.
Yeah.
What are they building now? Let's look at this hag. She has a Sackstone and she has a Gnomes. And the Drunken didn't go for the Gnomes, he went for the Barrier Idol. And he also has a Blink and a Sackstone. He's looking fairly healthy. The Monkey has a Firebrand. Does he go Geos?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Or does he go for the Dawnbringer? I see people do everything.
I think Dawnbringer might be... I don't know, actually. There's definitely something to be said for both item paths here. I think that... Wow, what a leap from the Drunken Master onto the Jousted Bensington, but that actually unfortunately gets him in a pretty tight spot. Here comes the wormhole. It's actually going to get canceled. Bat Blast was committed. It seems like it only connected on Rally. Rally is probably going to end up dying. He gets taken over by Cersei, who probably would have rather had herself, as it's just a level 9 Rally with no items. But... And here comes the charge from Rampage. He's going to cancel it. Storm Spirit picked up by the Engineer. Uh-oh. Portal Key coming out onto Wretched Hag into the Ice of Prisma. She is going to fall. There's the Bloodbath Streak, and it's going to be given to Monkey King. So he's going to get a nice chunk of change. Now Drunken Master getting dragged by Rampage, gets Storm Spirited by Engineer, and deciding not to pursue any further. But that's a big kill, sniping out the Bloodbath Hag. And Cersei is actually going to be able to walk away from this momentarily as she gets locked down by Glacius and Drunken Master. And I think we just got the answer to whether or not Monkey King is going Dawnbringer or Geosbane. I believe it's going to be Dawnbringer, but I could be wrong. Bensington really needs to watch out here. He's actually getting pursued by Monkey King, and he knows it now, but is he going to actually be able to escape? He's able to kind of do some temporary juking, but Monkey King is very, very fast with that Firebrand and the Nimbus Cloud, and actually not going to be able to spot him out. It is not a Lightbrand at all. It is a completed Geosbane, so he decides that the Self-Dispel offered by Geosbane is probably the right move here, which it very, very well could be. And one of the things I like about Geosbane as well is the invulnerability frames that it offers, that you can potentially, well timed, you could potentially dodge a lot of things over there on the Legion side. So it's a really, really strong pickup. Kind of curious what he's going to build into next. Maybe he might just go full defensive and build into a Shrunken Head. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad at all. Just being freely able to do what he wants, which is what Monkey wants. It's how he likes it. Riftwalker sitting at 1500. What do they get? I mean, 4 staffs would be nice to
Yeah, they have one on
tablets.
Rampage.
Yeah, the tablets are very nice this game to displace people for the monkey stuff and the rally stuff and everything. It's
Yeah, an extra
to
interrupt on the Glacius ulti, perhaps. Yeah, there's a lot of applicability for Tablet of Command. Wouldn't be surprised to see Riftwalker go something like potentially Spell Shards or maybe even Jade Spire as well, though.
Yeah, but I think the any type of target will be good so they can remove the nullstone on Monkey, because right now they don't have anything. They have nothing. They have the haunt
true.
and that's it. So anything to remove that nullstone is also good.
Yeah, I actually like that. It's like a very, very good point that I didn't think of. Yeah, I've actually kind of viewed Tablet as like a classic nullstone buster, right?
Yeah.
There is a charge coming out onto Rally. Rally's going to cancel the Rampage charge, but he's still going to get comboed down. It's just there's too many areas, heroes in the vicinity. Wretched Hag blinks into the Storm Spirit of Engineer, who drops the energy field on his face, and now is taking the full force of a Glacial Downpour, but she is very, very tanky. Actually manages to heal herself up with a Grimoire Bat Blast. Not sure if everybody saw that, but it's one of the things that I caught. But in the meantime, Glacius feels the Nightfall bearing down on him. And the Rampage ulti catches the Drunken Master. So it's
That's
a legendary
huge
streak.
kill.
Yeah, legendary streak for Sir Bensington. And
As
yeah,
well
it
as
is a
taking
massive
down
kill.
this Drunken. That's his first death this game. That's an important kill for Legion.
Yep. Monkey King is at almost 600 GPM. I mean, he's massive this game. But, uh-oh. Needs to be careful this game. He actually is going to get caught by this Wormhole Cataclysm. And the double joust is going to make quick work of, oh my gosh, of Engineer and Monkey King. Rally falls as well. It's a full genocide. Glacius with the quick respawn afterwards, but they are going for the Hellborn Kongor here. That was a beautiful Riftwalker ulti right there into the two-man joust stun. Doghouse just really making it happen despite being this far behind in the early stages of the game. This is what I'm talking about with Doghouse. Like, it just feels like you can never, ever count this team out, right? What we saw in the last game, where they were able to make Daunova concede after 15 minutes because they were just so far ahead. Not only do I find it difficult to ever see Doghouse being that far behind in one of these games, but even if they were, right, I feel like they wouldn't concede in that situation where they just could just make something happen for themselves.
Now they're gonna go for their second Kongor, and Hellborn does not want that to happen. Benzi is bottom, but he can just TP in on an ulti. They have a ward there.
Oh, Drunken Master's gonna get jumped by 3. Here comes the Whirlpool, or rather, the Riftwalker ulti. The Glacius ulti is gonna get interrupted very quickly. Rally falls, Rampage puts the hurting onto Glacius. Monkey King is gonna fall. This is a 4 for nothing so far. Actually, Monkey King is able to get the distance. Rampage does fall. The port from Engineer is able to come out. Rampage. Gosh, I keep calling Monkey King Rampage, and I can't stand it. Monkey King makes the escape. Actually, hold that thought. Cersei might land a pretty clutch entrapment. Yeah, I did it like 4 times there. I just couldn't help myself from calling Monkey King Rampage.
It's pretty much the same hero.
I mean, the hero goes on a rampage, right? Like, pretty consistently, but it's not the hero. It's not the hero rampage.
It's the 3rd series. It's okay. I mean, Hellborn's attempt was to stop this Kongor kill, and I mean they did, but at what cost? I guess is the call out here, because now they're just gonna do it anyway. It feels like.
Yeah, they just lost a pretty major teamfight engagement. It feels like they're fighting a little bit too early. I mean, Monkey King has been sitting on 3k gold for a while now. You know, he needs to make this next item decision. And like I said, I think we both said it was probably going to be Shrunken Head, and that's a pretty major purchase, considering he has been dropped down by heavy magic damage at the last 2 team fights.
I mean, then again, there is the Rampage, who doesn't really care.
Yeah.
But
he still needs it to avoid the wormhole damage, to avoid, you know, at least some of the hag damage, a lot of the Bensington damage. Like,
he just right-clicked something, so it might have been that.
Actually, I think it might be a shroud. That seems to be about the right price point. But in the meantime, Glacius, yeah, Glacius falling. In the meantime, I'm just this curious about. Yeah, Monkey does get a shroud. Yeah.
Isn't there an eye on the Legion side? Yeah,
there
Betsy
is.
has an eye.
Yeah.
Hag has a token and 4.6k gold. Ooh.
Yeah, Engineer getting picked off in the mid lane very, very quickly. And now Wretched Hag. Probably gonna end up right-clicking. Gosh, what? A sheep stick?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, sheep is the way to go here, I think. This poor Rally has Striders and a PK.
I mean, at least he has a PK at level 11. He might be able to make something happen.
They have so much good teamfight too on the Hellburn side. I feel like if they can get some spells out in the right order, like this
Rally
maybe.
is going to go in on Cersei and Rampage. Seismic Slam was actually not used. They are going to find a quick kill onto Cersei, but I mean, all that damage there on that tier 3 tower, those were Cersei illusions. So, ouch.
Yeah.
And I guess Rampage was there too, but
still.
Yeah.
That's a lot. She has post haste.
Yeah, post haste PK and another 2,300 gold banked up. So what do you go if you're a drunken master in this spot with 2k in your pocket? I mean, it feels like you need. I mean, the team obviously needs more damage.
Does he go full like defensive, like the demonic, or does he need to do the
shield breaker thing, maybe?
Yeah.
This is 6,000 gold for Wretched Hag. Come on, Fa, buy something. I know you got the token.
Buy the sheep stick, dude.
Side note, Trolta. What is the most amount of gold that you have saved up in a game of Han?
Oh, dude, nothing, dude. Oh, he bought the full-on staff. I mean, yeah, let's go, dude. That's
full
nice.
legacy, very nice. Probably going to be end up giving it to Fa. It's a very fantastic pickup for. Actually, ooh man, there's a case to be made for a Rampage ulti here, or a Rampage staff. I don't really know.
Maybe that's the choice, yeah.
Rampage staff is actually kind of insane, but more likely it's going to be given to Fa. Wretched Hag actually gets caught by Glacius, but pops the Shrunken Head, and she's going to be just fine for now. Manages to blink away. Rampage in a little bit of trouble here. Actually, it's Fa that's turning it around on them. Finds the kill onto Glacius. The wormhole is coming into that energy field. There's going to be no follow-up spells, but Monkey King trying to make it happen on Wretched Hag, who is inside of a Storm Spirit. She's actually going to get 3-point strike. No! Drunken Master falls to the Nightfall from Bensington. The GG was just called, but is it going to be true yet? Concede vote comes out, and the concede vote is successful. Doghouse taking out Daunova Brigada 2-0 here in the winner's bracket final. Just dominating them through and through. Doghouse looking super, super strong. Looking like the better part of the $10,000 is theirs for the taking next weekend. What do you think?